It's day 5 of another hour or so. Well, I met up with my buddy Ian. He's a professional musician, guitar player in particular, and he's agreed that he is going to lay down some slamming guitar for us. I can't wait to hear what he comes up with. But since our meeting at a local Starbucks, he's taken the track home with him and is riffing over top of my track at home. But he's been really secretive and he's not letting me hear what he comes up with just yet. So I'm like this eager beaver just waiting and anticipating hearing, like, I want that full sound of an electric guitar added to the mix, but I don't have that capability. So I'm just kind of standing by and really like biting like my fingers and just hoping to hear from him soon with those tracks. So I can't wait to add those to the mix. But for now, he's been sending me some info, like saying, hey, you should check out this plugin, you should check out that plugin. And I'm like, holy cow, these are like really good tips. So the one thing that he had told me about is this this free plugin called La Petite Excite. And it's an exciter that really brings out the sound. Like if I push play with that turned off, I'll just kind of skip forward here so that you can, let's jump up to my part of the verse here. So that's with that off. Now, if I turn it on, watch, 3, 2, 1. Your head just kind of like, woof, suddenly filled up. And that bass kind of cuts through a lot better now. It's a lot more isolated. But this is a free plugin, so I was like, holy cow. I just searched, he didn't tell me the URL, I just searched for it, La Petite Excite, and got it out of Google. Off. And back on again. So an incredible plugin. I absolutely love that I added that to the mix and that Ian suggested that. What a difference it makes. But it also really reminds me of back in my early days producing music for Soulcleansed.
I always knew that maybe one day I'd be making music too. I always wanted to be like you, even though I didn't know you. Well, then along came a song. Existing was the name. I listened over and over in my mind's eye. You became fame.
Like Thomas Edison, we sit in our cubicles, wasting talent, sorting papers and chewing on our cuticles. They're gripping you and me with so much to say, and trapped in the matrix, wondering this one and only thing, what is it worth?
I used one called BBE Sonic Maximizer, and then I actually bought the rack accessory and have it in my analog rack. But I haven't gone back to the digital version for a long time. So I looked through my archives, and sure enough, I still have my Sonic Maximizer VSTI, or maybe a DX plugin, but same kind of idea, but I didn't put it on the master track, but instead I added it to my synth track because it really brings out that synth. So if I push play on the synth here, let's jump up to synth. So that's with the Sonic Maximizer. I'm going to turn that off. So again, it just gives like that fullness, but this one's a commercial plugin that I had purchased many years ago, and it still works. So I added that to a couple of channels throughout, and I've started cleaning up my mixer, added a little bit of reverb to the snare, so it just kind of gives it more of that kind of synthwave sound. There was a lot of reverb on the snare for some reason back in those days, but it sounds good. I added a reverse crash, so I kind of felt like there was something missing during those lead ups into the chorus. So I added that. So it's just, I grabbed a 707 here and just did one of those, and then I end it with a splash of the same symbol. So, and I'm just hitting these notes on my MIDI keyboard that I've got here from my daughter, and it works pretty cool. It's really helped me to kind of just punch out the notes and play around. Okay, so also, in addition to that reverse, I added a tom right here, so you'll hear this tom kind of like do. So that just, again, was just to like thicken up that jump into the chorus. So so with all those quick little changes, because I just can't sit on my hands, right? So as I'm waiting for Ian to send the guitar, I can't change anything in the structure, but I can enhance things in the melody lines, in the actual mix, in the sound, add a couple of splashes here and there. but I can't touch the structure because he's currently working with the 8.1 structure that he's riffing to. So I need to be able to lay those tracks in on top of mine, and then I can make changes. So, but for the changes that I can make, here's what she's sounding like. And this is version 9.1 for those who want to know. And I can throw on those vocals for the stuff you've already heard.
Standing by the door, but something in my heart pleads, no, don't go. Like maybe this could be much more.
I'll play with it too. I'll show you the difference with when I turn off those effects.
But every time I hesitate, your eyes
So that's off. La Petite Excite. I'll turn it back on now. You'll see I added a slight reverb to the master channel as well. I better quickly turn off those vocals because we don't want spoilers. There's those toms. Oh, there's a synth. You hear that? Ding, 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 ding. So I played that on the MIDI keyboard as a string. And then I was like, it's too out of genre. So the channel's actually called Strings. I'll jump back to it in a moment. You see I changed the envelopes, really brought in that envelope on the synth after the vocal part. And then it drops out. See that? How the envelope just dropped right down. You can still hear the synth, but it's very different. Can you hear that string? I'll call it a string because it is actually a string, but I'll show you how I pulled that off. So here's my strings. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. And so if I actually play on the keyboard or like that, right? I'm just holding a note, and these are the actual strings. So if I turn off the channel effects that I've added to that, so jump over to strings, and the big one that's causing that riffing, the kind of like I guess the gate, is the love filter. And so if I play that same chord, that's all it is. Turn on the love filter, and that's what it is. So I've basically just made a very, very simple cut gate. So I'm just playing this on the keyboard right now. See that? And what it is it's actually Edirol orchestral. And I bought this back in 2003, maybe. And it's an orchestral plugin. So what I've done is I've piped a MIDI channel here to MIDI playback to channel 12 on Edirol orchestral, and 12 is a violin warm section, which if I turn off that effect, the gating, you can hear what that sounds like. So that's the actual section that I'm using. And then playing it back, it's sounding more like that. Oh, it switched to a flute because I've got it open. Let's go back here and there. So playing it all together, it starts to really thicken it up, but then I want to, again, I don't want to thicken it too much because I don't want it to become mud when I add the yet unheard guitar. So I hope you are enjoying it so far. I'm certainly having a lot of fun putting this together, and I hope that you love the song once it's ready. That's all for now. Hopefully next time we'll have the guitar to add in as well, and then we'll really, really fill this in.
I should be gone, I keep saying goodnight, but every time I hesitate, your eyes are pulling me like the tide.